Hello everyone, this is Kelly with Kelly Richmond Scrapbooking. I'm a Creative Memories Independent Advisor, and I am going to do this blog sketch from the Creative Memories blog. This is from a June 12th, 2023 sketch. I love this collection. The new Fur Baby collection is adorable, and so I'm super excited about doing this layout. It's another fairly simple layout with a lot of just little paper strips here on the side to add some fun and interest, and just 3 photos. I am going to actually be using the Setup Camp. It's a collection that's only been out for just a couple of months. So those are the papers that I'm going to use. And this is the sketch I'm going to use. I've created this handout for it. You can find this handout in my Scrap Happy with Kelly Facebook group. It's where I post all of my handouts from all the sketches that I put the measurements, instructions together from the Creative Memories blog. And sketches are a great way to get some ideas on how to do some pages. And I love doing sketches because I don't have to come up with these amazing ideas. Somebody else has already done it and I just have to follow along using the sketch. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you a little cheater. It says, first of all, that you're going to use a paper as your base, and then you're going to cut a piece of cardstock 11.5 by 11.5, which is what this is right here. So they've layered the 2 pieces together, and to me that seems like a whole lot of paper waste. So I'm gonna do it my little cheater way. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. I'm going to use actually, because it is for my daughter, is when she was going to girls camp. So I love this paper collection because it does have this pink in there, which you wouldn't normally think pink for camping, but I think it's perfect for girls camp. So I'm going to use this as my base, and then so instead of layering the brown being the base and then the cardstock on top, I'm going to use this as my base, and I'm just going to cut the little strips to go around the side. And I'm going to do this out of this kind of wood grained paper, and I've already kind of picked out a few embellishments that I want, so I'm going to just set those off to the side. Here's my pictures, just my daughter and her friends being silly as they're getting ready to go to girls camp. So I'll set that to a side. So what I'm going to do in order to make that little 1/4 inch border around is I'm just going to cut this paper into 4 1/4 inch strips. And I've done this before in another video. It's just one of my favorite little hacks. Like I said, I really don't like to waste paper, especially pretty paper that I want to make sure that I can use every teeny tiny little piece if I can. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm just taking my paper. This is my cut line. I'm just lining it up with the edge of the cutting mat, and I think it's a little less than 1/4 inch. It probably is, but I just it's an easy way to measure. Yeah, it's just a little bit less, but that's okay. So I've got those 4 little strips, so I'm going to set that off to the side, and then I'm going to take my tape runner. I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on these little edges, but I'm not going to do it on the corner yet. And I'm just going to line it up right here on the edge of the paper. And I could use repositionable tape on this one, which would probably be a super good idea. Whoops. But I really like just my regular adhesive. Okay. So I'm just going to put maybe 3 little pieces. Like I said, once I get to the corner, I'll put a little bit more down once I put those little corners. Whoops, look at that. Now, when I put that repositional on the corner, then that will hold it down. So I'm gonna now see, I got a little bit over the edge, so I'm just gonna kind of fold it back so it doesn't show, and line that up right on the edge. Press it down. Okay, so I'm just gonna miter these corners. So I'm gonna, oh, I didn't get my scissors out. Let me grab those real quick. These are Creative Memories micro tip scissors, and I love them. They're super nice and sharp. So all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of lift the two pieces, and I'm just gonna cut from corner to corner, and it's just going to pull those little pieces out, and then I've got this really nice mitered corner, and I'm just gonna put a little bit of repositionable adhesive underneath it to hold it in place. I'm just gonna do that to every single little corner. And it's not perfect, but it works. And last one. Get all those little tiny pieces out of the way. I'm gonna put a little extra since I bent that. Okay, there we go. And there's my base with my little border around it, just like this. Okay, now it says we're gonna take a variety of paper measuring 4 inches by 1 inch. We're gonna create this little design right here. So I've picked quite a few pieces of paper. So I'm just gonna make little 1 inch strips. And I really like using collections because I don't really have to think too much about my paper choices, because I know somebody else has already done all the work on choosing papers that are going to coordinate and look, you know, the tones work nice together. So that makes it super nice. This one, I'm going to use both sides, so I'm going to cut 2 of them. So I'll use that side and that side. I love this orange paper. I think it goes really well with the pictures, just because there's kind of some orange in it. Looks really great with that purple that the 2 girls are wearing. Now, I did not do a very good job of making sure that I was cutting this in the right direction, but I don't want to waste the paper, so I'm just gonna deal with it and use it. This is the back side of the pink. This is a fun little, kind of looks like a map. You know how you get the little maps of your campgrounds when you camp sometimes? Yeah, so that's kind of fun. And I'm only going to use one side. I'm not going to use the pink because it's just going to blend in. You're not even going to notice it. So turn that one. So you definitely want to make sure you're checking for the direction of the paper if you've got directional paper, which I did not on that one piece. Same thing, I'm going to use both sides of this piece. So I'm going to cut 2 of those. And I just need 12 strips. I'll probably have to repeat some of them, which is fine. I'm not sure that I'm going to use both of these just because they're both pretty light, but I'll play around and decide as I'm kind of using it. Okay. So I definitely want to make sure that these whites are not close together. So I'm going to just start by putting those. And it looks like in the sketch they have it covering this, but I'm going to just kind of lay them out and see. Sometimes when you trim your papers, you kind of, if you do it a little bit short, then it doesn't quite all fit, or you've got a little gap because you've got a little tiny bit of a, you didn't, you know, cut it exactly at an inch. So we're just going to kind of play around and see how this works. And we're just kind of staggering them back and forth. I'm not doing anything, you know, like I'm not trying to perfectly line them up or anything like that. In fact, I'm purposely trying not to. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I need 2 more pieces. So I think I'm just going to grab these over here. This would be a good one since I have it clear down here. I think that's going to work. All right. And I think I like it just like that. So I'm going to just start taping it down really quick. I'm just going to put 2 pieces. You know, I'm going to hold on to that for a second because I think I'm going to start at the top. Just because if I'm losing any or I need to overlap, I'd rather overlap down there at the bottom where it's not quite as obvious as the top, because I really kind of like showing that border all the way around. These papers are super fun. Okay, perfect, just like that. All right, so there we got it. Next on the directions, it says we're gonna cut a mat for this photo right here at 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. they did it out of the orange. I'm not sure which, and this is the photo that we're gonna mat. I'm not really sure which, what color I'm gonna do quite yet. So I'm gonna hold off on that. I think I'm gonna do it out of a solid. And then for these two photos down here, we're using the kibble paper, which is the same paper that they used here for the brown. So I think I'm gonna do that because I do want those two. So I'm gonna trim these photos first, and they are 3 by 4. So let me trim those down first. So we're gonna do 4 inches long, which is perfect for these. Now the tricky part is I'm only gonna do 3 inches wide. So I don't wanna cut too much off. So let's see. Yeah, that will work. So I didn't get their faces, but I still got all the important part there. So 4 inches and then 3. Perfect. Now, you know my philosophy on 4x6s. If I'm gonna do a mat, I wanna do a 4x6 mat because I wanna do it out of cardstock if I can. So I'm gonna just trim just 1/4 of an inch off of this photo so that I can have exactly a 4x6 mat. And let's trim off this side and just a little sliver more off this. All right, so there we've got that. All right, so let's find our brown paper that we made our little borders around. Here it is. And those are 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So I'm gonna do a 3 1/4 inch strip like that, and then do 4 1/4 and 4 1/4. Does anybody else talk out loud when they're scrapbooking, especially when you're doing measurements to make sure that you don't mess it up? Yeah, I still do that. Perfect. All right, let's lay them out like this. And I'm going to go ahead and just attach them since they're ready. Okay, now it's trying to decide what color cardstock I want to do this. I almost want to do this orange and to pull this orange in. I don't know if, let me look at my cardstock here. I'm thinking orange shimmer is probably going to be the best. So let me pull a little scrap of it out and see if that's the right orange. I don't know if I'm a fan of that. It's almost too bright to go with this orange right here. Let's try. I have two other. So this is pumpkin. I don't think this pumpkin color is available anymore. Nope, that's way too bright. We're not gonna do that one. This is a copper shimmer. That's kind of cool. It actually kind of picks up this little stripe. I'm not 100% sold on it yet. All right, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it and then I'll decide. That way you can get a better idea. This paper was from, I don't even remember. I've had it for a little while. I think it came with like a whole shimmer pack with a bunch of other shimmer. So it was probably a promotional thing. Yep, I like it. All right, but before I put it down, kind of wanted to use one of these little embellishments from the embellishment pack, from the setup pack, kind of as a journaling box. They have these cute little field note embellishments, which I think is adorable. And I thought if I put it right there, then I could put a little bit of journaling. So it's just a matter of figuring out which color is going to look best. I think I like the yellow. Kind of has a little bit more contrast than this like peachy one. That kind of more blends in. I could do green. I was going to put this little cabin here too, so maybe that will help me decide which one is it I'm going to like better. That one's not bad either. Oh, my embellishment's getting. All right, let's try this yellow one and see what we think. Yep, yellow is the winner. Okay. All right. I think that's it. That's what we're gonna do. But before we put it down, it also on here shows a little bit of decorative sticker right here. So let's see what we've got. Ooh, I really like these flowers. I don't think, because this is so big and this space is so small, I don't think I'm going to do two like this, like the example does. I think I'll just do one. And then maybe the other half of it I'm going to put over here. If you notice on this, you've got these little extra elements, either like your border stickers or something fun like that. So I definitely want to incorporate that. So let's adhere some stuff down and get this thing finished. Super fun. Yeah, I'm definitely loving this paper pack. And I am kind of overlapping here a little bit, and that's okay. Let's take this border sticker here. We're gonna put it right down there. I'm gonna trim it off like right here. And then I'm going to put the other one. Yeah, I'm going to put it down here. Now I'm going to take my little multi-purpose tool and kind of lift that and slide that underneath like that. Then I'll have my little journaling box right here. Let's take a few pop-up squares. To this one. Pop it up just a little bit. Perfect. I really liked this little one that says Adventure Buddies, so I think I'm going to put that kind of there as the title. I'm also going to pop this one up too. Let's use the bigger squares. That way we just put one in each side like this. Perfect. And then I'm going to do, really like these little stick border. So I'm going to do this one about right here. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to save this for another project. I don't know if I need that. If I do, I think I need something else with it. So let's see what we've got. I really like this Happy Campers. I already have this, so I don't think I'm gonna need too much. Why don't we just do like a cluster that's already made? Yeah, there we go. Okay. I'm gonna pop this one up also. Yep, I like it. And the fun little pink arrow. All right, and there we go. I'll get my journaling done, and super, super fun. Like I said, again, if you're watching and you want this sketch, it is on my Scrap Happy with Kelly Facebook group. You're welcome to go there and ask to join. So that way you can get this handout. And I hope you guys try it. If you do try this handout, please go and post it in that group. We'd love to see your version of it. I love how you can take a sketch and use different papers, and it always just comes out great, looks great, and it's just a fun, easy way to complete a scrapbook page using sketches, and I love it. So hope you guys have a great day. Happy scrapping, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.